Husband 23 male said I 23 female said something really mean and questioning whether I should leave? So me and my husband were talking about how he felt distant recently, not a fight, more concerned than anything, neither of us were mad. And he said the reason he was more distant is because he thinks I'm ugly. I proceeded to cry of course to this sudden out of nowhere answer, and he says, "I'm sorry, I'll pay for the plastic surgery to fix you." I asked him how long he has thought this, and he doesn't say a word, pulls out his phone and goes though a conversion of him and his friends and shows me a text where him and his friends were calling me a pig and making fun of how I looked. On the date of our second date ever. He treated me so nice until these last couple months where he seemed so distant. I feel shocked and devastated this came out of nowhere. Is it even worth being with him at this point? Leave ASAP. WTF. Short answer, no. You need to leave and have some self-respect. You cannot have your significant other talk to you like that. You deserve better, you are young and it's actually a blessing this has happened now than in 10 years' time. I don't know how long you have been married, kids, etc. I can only go by what you have posted. Contact a lawyer and discuss with them options. If no kids, should be a simple process. I wish you luck. The good news is you're only 23, so you have plenty of time to get some therapy and then find another husband. This is either the most awful man ever or a fake post. If this is real, please leave immediately and get some therapy as to why you accepted such a crappy person for a husband. Why are you questioning whether you should leave? This had to be a use behavior and attempts to destroy your self-esteem to be easily manipulated. The relationship is dead. Please don't jump into a relationship afterwards. Please be rage bait. On the off chance not, leave. There's no coming back from this. What do I, 39M, do to help my wife, 39F? We have 3 kids, 17, 15, 4. When we were dating she told me her dream job would be a stay-at-home mom. I like this since I was raised by a stay-at-home mom. I was fine with just having our older kids. They're both from our past partners and our home is their permanent home. She really wanted another kid and I eventually was convinced. I love kids but felt I was getting too old. I don't regret having my youngest at all. It's just relevant background info. Fast forward to today. My wife is depressed. She has said she feels worthless and ugly. No amount of me consoling her or telling her she's beautiful helps. She says it's because she's bored as a stay-at-home mom. I've recommended therapy which she doesn't schedule. I tell her to get a membership at the local Y and take classes but she doesn't. I tell her to apply for jobs but after a couple interviews she gave up. Household-wise, I cook 4x a week, hire a maid to deep clean monthly and take our youngest out regularly to parks, activities on weekends so she can have time to herself. I'm not going to divorce her. Our oldest kids come from broken households and even though they both have one secure family unit, I can still see they're affected. I'm at a loss of anything else I can do. You have recommended some things. Now, ask her what she wants to do. Ask her what would help relieve the boredom she is feeling. If she is depressed, ask her if she thinks talking to her doctor might be a good idea. You sound supportive and understanding, which is really good. She needs to figure this out for herself, if it's just a matter of boredom as a stay-at-home mom, and figure out what would bring her some joy. This sounds like classic depression. She needs medical and psychological evaluation. Insist, don't ask. Do it because you live her and she's the mother to your children. How old is the youngest? Could this be hormonal? She's around perimenopause age. Ask her to take an online test for ADHD to see if that's a possibility. That's around the age that mine started manifesting in ugly ways. I had no idea it was even a possibility, but everything you've described is what I was feeling. Boredom, inability to initiate tasks, depression. The signs are there. If she scores within the range of possibility, urge her to seek a professional diagnosis. Meds may help, and therapy will definitely help, but knowing what the underlying issue is could be life-changing. ETA. If she's potentially perimenopausal, the hormonal changes make ADHD more of a crisis if she's never been diagnosed. It can cause severe anxiety and rejection sensitivity, which would explain her reluctance to continue her job search. You never mentioned date nights or anything you're trying to do together. Actions speak louder than words, so instead of telling her how special she is and offering gym memberships for her to do solo, start romancing her again. Part-time job? I 23M caught my wife 23F cheating on Snapchat for the second time. How'd I ever trust her again? So this is going to be a way too long of a story, but to keep things extremely short, we are in a relationship of 2 years and have been married for 6 months now. Yes, that's really fast, I know. Basically we had a really bad time in our marriage for the last 4 months, not having sex, no intimacy, no talking or anything, basically just existing next to each other, and we were both caught up doing our own thing. We both blame me the most, and to be honest, that's fair. I'm not mad about that. I know I was really bad for her and myself. But now on Friday I had a really bad feeling about something, and when she was asleep I grabbed her phone and went trough Snapchat since she has a lot of guys on there, and well, I found her sexting and sending nudes to another guy and was planning to meet up with him. I confronted her about this and we had a really good conversation about it and we're really clear. She says she didn't get any attention anymore and no intimacy, which was true. So she was looking for it with someone else. I can kinda see why she did it and I told her I could forgive her for it and move on. Now we have been having the best time in our marriage for 2 days since that happened. Doing everything we wanted to do, having great sex and talking a lot. Something she wanted and was the only reason she cheated on me for. Now yesterday she went to the shower and I wanted to check if that person was still in her blocked Snapchat list and it was, but I also saw another dude. The chat was only saving the last 24 hours so I can't know what they all said, but the dude was saying he wanted more sexy pictures and wanting to fuck her. Her response? No sorry, pleading face, pleading face, pleading face. That all, and she just casually kept responding to him and didn't say a word to me about him. How do I go on in this marriage and actually start trusting her again? The fact that we had a clear conversation about her cheating the first time and literally 5 minutes after we had sex for the first time in 4 months she was casually snapping with this guy who told her he wanted to fuck her. And she didn't see anything wrong with it and was mad at me that I confronted her about this. Jesus Christ, man, stop being an idiot. Also, what's your wife's Snapchat? You don't trust her again, you file for divorce. And actually start trusting her again? You don't lol? Wow, I can't believe getting married in your early 20s after only being in the relationship for barely 2 years isn't working out for you. Grow a spine and leave, dude. How do I go on in this marriage and actually start trusting her again? You don't. She'll do it again and you know it. So, trusting her would be stupid. What would you do? My 30 female boyfriend, 32 male, is lazy and mean. My 32 male boyfriend and I 30 female have been living together in my house for about a year. He recently lost his job due to legal issues over a month ago and isn't trying very hard to get a new one. While he still pays his share of bills, he throws a fit anytime he's asked to do anything around the house. I work and take care of my young son while he just sits around on his phone and video games. Anytime I bring up him getting a job or helping out around the house, it becomes a huge blowout fight and he becomes extremely disrespectful. I don't know how to get through to him about being lazy. There's no communication that's worked without it becoming hostile. So what would you do? Why are you still with a man who is lazy and mean? Do you need his help financially? I'm so sick of these posts. What do you think you should do? Your boyfriend is fine with you doing everything, so he obviously doesn't love you. You're his mommy and his bangmaid all rolled into one. What do you think you should do? So you have a homosexual. Cool. Encourage him to get the hell out. I'm sorry that you've been going through this op. But why are you still with this man? And what legal issues? He has fits when asked to help around the house and he just sits around on his phone or playing video games. Besides bills, what's his other contributions? You can try to sit down and have a conversation with him to address these issues in the relationship. But if I were you, I'd dump him. You deserve a better partner. A man who moves into a woman's home with her young child who had her spouse die months prior and is becoming entitled to her home and doesn't want to contribute to house chores is preying on your vulnerability right now. You may not need him financially, but you feel you need a father figure for your son. You do not. Plenty of women do an amazing job at raising their child. Ren, just fine solo. It is better to raise your child solo than with a partner that adds to your stress rather than helping to reduce it. Evict him now. Having zero empathy for a recent widow with a young child is sick. While he can pay for his own room, stay in his own little room and not touch anything else in your home. A home has a two-way street. You help clean, you help cook, you help with communication. Can't do it, then leave. Seems hun you were doing good by yourself. Maybe tough, but this man-child needs a reality check at 30-ish years old. I am 38 and my other half is 36. We got 4 kids. Until housework is done, then games or whatever is fine.